Hi there, my name is Tracy Telgan, and today we are going to be making a Triskele paper globe out of some old book pages. The materials you'll need are a book page that is at least 11.5 inches in length, some cereal box cardboard, which is also at least 11.5 inches in length, the template, which I'll link to in the description below, a pencil, a pen, or an embossing tool or nail art tool. I will be using a Sharpie marker for demonstration purposes, so you don't need to use one. And then you can either use glue or a glue stick or clear tape or whatever kind of tape that you have. Clear is preferable. Some scissors and a ruler. For this paper globe, we're going to be using a free template that I got off of Hattifant's Gumroad webpage. I am including the link to that template in the description below. There is no cost for this template, but you can pay for it if you would like to provide a fair price for it. That's up to you. Otherwise, you just enter $0 in the dollar area amount and your email, and then she will provide the template right away. So I'm only using one of these strips because I'm going to transfer the pattern template onto a sturdier piece of paper or cardboard, which will make it easier for me to trace the template onto the piece of paper that I will be using. So right now I'm cutting out the one strip, and then I'll also be cutting out the half circles so I can trace this template onto the boxboard. Be sure to take your time when you're cutting out the half circles because we want our design to be as close to this template as possible. So now you can take your pencil or your pen and trace this out onto the boxboard. The only reason I'm using a Sharpie is so that you can see this better on camera. And right here, I'm going to mark where that line is at the bottom of that pattern and just draw that line in. And now we're going to cut out this template. The reason I made myself a boxboard template is because it's going to be sturdier, and then I can draw the pattern onto the actual paper that I want to be using for this project. So it could be an old map, it could be old book pages, or if you want, you can use scrapbooking paper also. Now that we have that cut out, we're going to be drawing out the 3 strips of paper that we're going to need for this globe. So grab whatever paper you're going to be using, and then we're going to trace this onto it 3 times. So now's the time to grab your pencil or your pen if you need a darker line. And we're going to trace around this template, and then we're going to actually take our ruler and we're going to draw along the sides of those semicircles because we want a full strip. We're going to need those circles to actually have the paper in them. And you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. Now take your ruler and we're going to draw a line along the side of those semicircles to connect it to the other straight lines on that side. And then we'll do the same thing for the other side of the strip. And now we need to mark off where that line is, where we're either going to be taping or gluing our strip together later on. So just mark a notch on either side and then connect it with your ruler. Now we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut this strip out. And we're going to leave our semicircles intact. We are not going to cut those out. Next, we're going to score our semicircles. So take your embossing tool or your nail art tool that has the steel ball on the end, or you can use a ballpoint pen. And we're going to just trace over those semicircle lines, pushing down hard enough to make a dent in the paper, but not hard enough that we're going to rip the paper. Now we're going to fold those semicircles in, and you can use your thumbs to push on either side of that line, that fold line, in order to help make that curve in the paper. And we're going to do this for all 4 semicircles. And once you've finished all 4, then you can lie it down and just push it flat and smooth out the paper a few times, because we're not actually going to need those curves in a 3-dimensional format at this moment. So do this entire procedure 2 more times, so that way we have 3 strips all together. And take one of your strips and flatten it out and bring up the end up until that line on the other end of it. So we're going to be making a ring, and tape or glue that together. Now I'm using clear tape, so that way I don't have to wait for the glue to dry before I can assemble this. And we're going to be doing the exact same thing for a second strip. Next, we're going to be placing one of these strips inside the other strip as shown. And I'm lining it up so that way the semicircles are visible on the outside of the strip. We're going to take our third strip of paper and we're going to interweave it so that way all three strips are linked together. So take the end of that third strip and we're going to go through that ring that is showing on the outside. So pass it through under that ring, and then we're going to go over that second ring and then under the ring on the other side all the way through. And then we're going to connect the two ends together. We need to make sure that all our semicircles are visible on the outside and not being tucked behind another ring. Then the last step is to push in all our semicircles that we had already scored previously. Make sure you push them all in, and then you will have your finished paper globe. I hope you found this tutorial useful. If you did, give it a like, comment, or subscribe. It helps to support my channel in a big way, and I do appreciate it very much. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please leave a comment below. That helps me to know what you would like to see on this channel. Be sure to check out my next video if you enjoyed this one. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Take care and bye for now.